Hey there guys, and welcome back to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me. As always, we are looking at the top posts for the previous week on the subreddit here. If you're new to the series or to my channel, that's what we do. We usually look at the first page, maybe a little bit of second page. I think I'll start doing since I seem to miss some really good ones by not doing that. We just kind of go through them. I share my thoughts. We just look at them. There's some really cool, interesting stuff every week. So we'll start here with we did it, guys. We are sixth place in game that shows that graphics truly aren't everything. Under Ask Reddit, what video games show that graphics truly aren't everything? And the list here is Roller Coaster Tycoon. I would completely agree with that. Dwarf Fortress. I have never personally played because the graphics are actually a reason I don't play for that. I know it's under the graphics aren't everything. I know it's a popular game. A lot of people enjoy it. I think it's a great game. Graphics on that just aren't quite it for me. Tetris, Old School Ruin Escape, Minecraft, and then Factorio. Yes, I would definitely say that is great. I actually love Factorio graphics, but I guess it was meant as photorealistic, ray trace, uber super anti-alias Unreal Engine like graphics. Yes, and that's a mouthful. I think the Factorio graphics are great. In fact, out of all these games, I would actually say Factorio graphics are the best out of every single game here. Minecraft is maybe a close second nowadays. Roller Coaster Tycoon, I would say, is still actually fairly decent. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Factorio's killing it. Careful, you can get stuck with a Spidertron. Oh yes, I watched this on my own. It's I didn't know this, so you can make it over, but not back. This is when you load the last autosave. Last autosave 3 seconds ago. Last hard save 3 hours ago. Yeah, I've had that happen. Something bad happens. Not getting Spidertron stuck, but something bad happens, and the last autosave was while it was happening or after it happened, and then the last save before that was like an hour beforehand. Unfortunate. Luckily, you do have multiple autosave spaces now, so that shouldn't really be that much of an issue. This is super cool. The gear, a mall. Now, this is spaghetti if I've ever seen it, but zooming out, it's shaped like a gear. Very neat. I love it. We got row ports in the middle here. That's a little more zoomed in than I would like. Looks like some concrete, some military stuff along this edge, general power circuit network stuff here, more power, into some production with labs and inserters. I love this. This is crazy. Can you? I actually, this is nuts. I can't imagine what this took to design. This is actually just so cool. And it looks like they have some other sort of crazy lab setup over here. This is really, really neat. Oh, it's not quite what I wanted. There we go. You're insane. I love it. Would have stole if it wasn't running a space exploration playthrough. Mod. Yes, it's a mod. Buckle up. It's awesome. Yes, space exploration is awesome. It's a very, very large mod. It's very cool, but you are in for a very long playthrough if you play that. Literally unplayable. Well-aligned wagons and inserters. Same blueprint, but rotated misaligned wagons and inserters. Wait, what? Oh, rotated that way. Oh, yeah. That is a bit annoying, isn't it? Your design, it makes me happy, like the attention to textures. Yes. Oh, yeah, 133. I think it does mention that. This is, there was a time when trains were actually, when the wagons or the inserters and stuff wouldn't line up just based on if the train was going into a vertical or horizontal station. Luckily they fixed that, but doing it this way I think does still cause issues. And it's because Factorio doesn't have proper perspective, apparently. Spidertron can be pretty fast with the right equipment. Oh dear. Holy hell! You sure this isn't just sped up? What? Is this like modded? It hits barrier at 240 km an hour where it will walk normally instead of just dragging the legs. You now have enough exoskeletons will pass this boundary for a few seconds. Trip and fall back to 240 after breaking it with enough exoskeletons, I decided to see how far I could take it. Damn. Fast AF, boy. Just like an actual spider when it notices I'm ready to kill it. That is so true. Although I can't track it for that long, they zip off. Yes. It'll show up again with friends. Oh my god, please. Dude. This is for real. Like, a spider will just sit still, and then when you go to get it, it's like the thing just has... It's just like this. The spider just zips off so fast. Another day in the trenches. Oh man, this is neat. I always love seeing when people have these like really nicely designed garages with, you know, all this. They have a Spidertron garage even though it can just walk over the walls. Tons of cars. This is like a rich person's garage for Factorio. Pretty sure the random packs of depleted uranium ammo lying around outside the storage crates is going to get you OSHA citation. Yeah, probably. Oh man, I love the landmines too. This is a really beefed up base. Holy moly. Oh yeah, over here. That's hilarious. Spidertron does whatever Spidertron does. Oh man. Dude, this 3D printed, this is so cool. It even rotates. This is super cool, but also makes me quite nervous at the same time. Very neat. I love this 3D printed stuff. Factorio has some really cool 3D printed things. Here's the STL file on Thingiverse if people with 3D printers want to do that. I'll print a few and use them in my Adeptus Mechanics army. Nice. Our robots will blot out the sun. Ah, yes. So this is a debug setting you can turn on that shows the robots on here. I think this is actually a thing that is worth just having always on. This is pretty awesome. I love they're just flying across the water. I feel like they definitely are gonna they're gonna run out of energy in the middle here and be slowly traversing that, but maybe not. Maybe it's like a different perspective than I'm thinking. This is a result of me tearing down all storage in my base in favor of a new centralized storage facility. All 300k construction bots reduced 300k. The road ports alone drew more than 12 gigawatts of power. UPS went down to about 12. Damn, that's crazy. Final base, work in progress. Holy moly. That is crazy. Dude. This is the kind of production setup we need in our science battles right now that I'm streaming against Colonel Will. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is really neat. I love the symmetry here. It just splits off or mirroring. Wow. That is an insane amount of artillery. This is one of the most beautiful factory I've seen. Yes, this is... Isn't a base, it's art. For real. This is like... Now this is a bus. That is a beefy bus. Look, it's like it's mirrored on either side. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's how you build a bus. Insane base right here. This is nuts. The gun pit. Ooh, this is really smart. I like this. Of course, once spitters come, it won't really work that well, but... Now that is a sweet setup, at least till... Yeah, basically what I just said. This is fantastic until spitters spawn, and then you're in a bit of trouble. Just finished my first launch and had a great time. Thanks, Ruby, for such a great game. Thanks! Oh man, that's awesome. The way they're making this in makes me a little uncomfortable, but... oh man, look at these rails. Stackers all along here. This is pretty crazy. This is actually a much bigger base than I thought. This is really cool. Yeah, congrats. Congrats for finishing the tutorial. Oh, that's hilarious. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Good work, but you realize you're not done, right? The factory must grow. Yeah, you're nowhere near done, my friend. Bad layout, Factorio. Of course, it's a high-bore comic. Layout problem. This is such a cool... Oh my god. This is such a cool thing for laying belts. Oh, it's like it's like an asphalt layer. Oh my god, I actually love this so much. This is ridiculous. This is for a donation. Hybor takes commissions, I believe. So that's what this is. This is, and they're like, okay, what's going on here? You ran the wrong belt. This is really cool. I am a big fan. I mean, I'm always a big fan of Hydebor's art, but yeah, the conveyor laying machine for real. That's man, I want that. I'm surprised there's not a mod for that. Just for an interesting thing to add. Just bought the game today and been playing a couple hours. Kind of proud of this bad factory I made. Yeah, that's questionable, but it looks like you have some red science going, perhaps. Maybe. I think, yeah, they do. Okay. Looks better than my first attempt. Press Alt to show that assemblers are doing. Yes, this would help massively. Like how they've put in so much effort during burner stage. This is something I think a lot of newer players do. As a more experienced player, you'll realize you don't really have to put this much effort into burner stage. But as someone who like doesn't know what's next necessarily and stuff, and that seems like power is such a daunting task, I can definitely understand that. Suction cup picking Factorio or picking machine to Factorio. Oh man, yeah, this is like this is so cool watching them just whoop 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 picking them all up. The machinery we have nowadays is actually insanely impressive. I've like recently kind of got back into Lego, and I watched a video from the actual Lego group on how Lego's made, in the amount of like automation and stuff, and that's like not even the craziest thing. Like there's obviously factories that do even crazier stuff, but just the amount of like automation and things that are all machine based is just crazy to me. 3D model of a gun turret. I honestly can't even tell this is just a model. Unless, is this actually printed? Oh my goodness. 10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to a prison by military court for modeling game assets from a game they didn't make. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to Los Angeles Underground. Today, they still wanted by the government. They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a sprite, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire these random Redditors. Wait, what? Oh. And they're tagging this person. Okay. Done a scene thing. Let's see if we can get all major elements modeled. Who wants to tackle Spidey? Your take to the electric miner. What am I missing here? Hello? Oh, that's really neat. So these this looks like some weird sort of gum, but that's pretty awesome. I love the models and fan art and stuff with Factorio. Question. What happened to completron? It was removed from the game. Ever see completron and spiratron in the same room? Me neither. Just saying. Dude grew legs. Oh no! Completron evolved into Spidertron. That's what happened. Maybe he and the fish are the ones driving Spidertron. There you go. Concept. Using the crash ship for them all. Yeah, so this is something like we saw, I think a week or two back, where they were using labs or using this as a big chest to feed a ton of labs for science. This actually acts as a huge chest, so this is something you can do. Yeah, you can't filter it, unfortunately, but it's a really cool option to use that. Diagonal rail grid 4K cents per minute modular base with some concrete art, this time as gallery. Whoa. This is insane. The scale of this is ridiculous, dude. Like, look at the size of these lakes compared to the whole thing. I can see why you're at 20 UPS. I mean, it's probably because you're massively zoomed out, but holy God. Jesus. How long did this take to build? Actually ridiculous. 30 gigawatts. That's based around January. I mean, yeah, I'm actually surprised you got it done that quick. Oh, they did use a bunch of mods, but... Note to self, turn off auto launch if you have loaded nukes. Yeah, that might be bad. I like how Spidertron is still alive despite nuking itself several times. Yeah, only one nuke hit it though. It's fine. I was always running out of space for waiting areas for trains at mining outposts when the patches were close to each other, so I came up with this wacky design that can hold 6 trains. So this is like a stacker around the ore patch. It's actually a pretty cool concept. It saves space, that's for sure. It's actually really neat. I never would have thought of that. It does, of course, make it quite difficult to expand on the patch itself, add more miners. And this, it makes a lot of people unhappy that you built on an ore patch. But, Gorse. Shit. Oh, this is from our seating. What is Gorse? Unit test. Dude, this is crazy. Oh, we're going through time here. 2012. Okay, I can't watch this whole thing, but base core prototype. So this is like the whole like back end of Factorio. Get history. Visualize. It's like a bunch of Spidertrons. This is insane, dude. I want to skip to like here. Oh my god, dude. This is so cool. May of 2020. And it kind of just sits here after 1.0 launch. This is so cool. That's definitely worth checking out. Blue circuit sushi using only one belt. Interesting. I think the funniest thing about Factorio is it makes you feel smart, then you read the subreddit and suddenly remember how dumb you are. Yeah. I mean, this person has a good point. I don't think it's smart or dumb. It's more about people have problems I don't remove, have, or would care to solve. Yeah. I personally am not a fan of these things because it just seems like extra work, but it's really cool. It is more space efficient, that's for sure. I always get amazed by the awesomeness of everyone in the subreddit. My brain isn't all that sharp, so when I manage to do stuff like this, I feel really proud, even if it's completely unnecessary to save on space. That's actually smart. It's insanely overproduced on this side of things, but it does save space. It's nice. When your pipe machine should be a gear machine. Oh, did they like double? Yeah. I mean, that's still pretty cool. I mean, overproduction isn't bad. The worst thing that'll happen is machines will just back up, and like that's not bad really. The worst is you're just taking the extra power, having the machine idling. I guess I should have explored farther before building the wall. Yikes. Control X, Control V. Yeah, these things work in the game. Control X, Control V, Control C, Control Z for undo is one I still actually forget quite a bit, which I think is just fantastic that these hotkeys we use in like actual like Windows interface and stuff and Linux and stuff are universal into Factorio. I think that's brilliant by the devs. Not particularly amazing, but I thought this was very satisfying. Seeing stuff like this is satisfying. I love having trains, especially colored trains like this, just chilling in the stacker. Can't imagine having a plastic train. Maybe my bases are too small, but it's always easy to make plastic at the only 2 places it's used. I mean, yeah, if you're building like a multiple thousand science pack per minute base, you will need to probably build some plastic offsite and train it in. And we'll just do like the next 2 or 3 on this page. I want to repair rocks. No, really. Oh, yeah. I don't know what mod this is. This is pretty cool. Visualizing the health there, I think. I usually only mine rocks very early in the game, then I usually lead them around those that don't stand away for decorative purposes. However, damaged rocks have this permanent HP part, yeah. It would be nice to be able to, I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but they're playing with alien biomes is what it looks like here too. This makes the rocks look extra nice. Cookie Cutter City reached 4,000 science per minute. Here's a picture of 24 rocket launches. Whew. I love how they've lined their rails with trees. It really does add an aesthetic. It reminds me very much of like city skylines. These bases actually really intrigue me, and I find quite difficult to build. Having all the rails work properly, throughput-wise, and even just physically placing-wise and signaling-wise on setups like this, where there's, like, they're all very close together and use basically the same direct line like this, I find those very difficult to work with, which makes them more impressive to me. Assembly lanes. Oh, this is pretty neat. What are these for? There's no alt. Oh, they're universal, yeah. So you could do multiple things with them for sure. That's pretty neat. I like these kind of pre-built little things here. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. And I'm glad we got to cover the next ones on this page. Obviously, I'm always going to miss some. Otherwise, I would just go through the entire Reddit. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts below. As always, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all the content. And if you did enjoy, a like is appreciated. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.